And talking about innovation, and to bring in Jacob Kioko, who is an innovator and has an interesting approach towards combating corruption. He joins us live here on set. Many thanks, Jacob, for joining us from Dugwi
Innovation.
Dugwi Innovations. Many thanks.
Thank
Perhaps just looking at the current state of affairs in the country, there's a lot of push by young people to become innovative. There's a lot of efforts being made. But at the end of the day, what sort of initiatives do you think need to be put in place to enable these people transition and become small and medium-sized to even the bigger SMEs?
Well, I think the most difficult problem facing young innovators is support, lack of support, financial support, to come up with their prototype projects. Mm-hmm. The paperwork is good, it can be done, but no support.
All right.
And that is why most of them die off.
All right. And Jacob, if you could turn this way and face us, one of the big issues that we've been able to address as a country is coming up with innovative portals and approaches that can change how business is done. Just walk us through what Dugwi is all about and what has been some of the achievements you've achieved at the end of the day.
Now, Dugwi stands for Dichotomous Universal Growth Web Innovation. It is born of intermarriage between society and business. We all know that whereas business is profit-driven, society is value-driven. The relationship between the two parties, therefore, is dichotomous, and that is where the name is derived from. The innovation is about bridging the gap of dichotomy between society and business and instilling congruency in it. The reason why Dugwi was developed, it was developed for a purpose, and the purpose is to try to bridge the gap between the poor and the rich in society, because Dugwi holds that for every item that you purchase from the shop, you'll be afforded a retainer incentive. And instead of you redeeming your retainer incentive, as is a common practice, you are issued with a share certificate, and the cumulative accrual of all the retainer incentives is invested in county business corporations. And at the end of the trading period of the so-created business corporations, every shareholder will be paid dividends, and at the same time, all unemployed Kenyans will have a chance of getting employment. Since the county business corporations will be located in every single county of the 47, it will offer jobs to Kenyans from every county, irrespective of where it is located, and this will kill off the nation-killing tribalism problem. At the moment, the nation is faced with a difficult situation, and it is like the layman is made to believe that it's a political problem. Reality is that it is an economic problem, because you feel your man must assent to the presidency because you expect favors. I feel the same. So there is that tension. My presence here today is calculated at offering a solution to what we are faced with as a country through business, through innovation, the Dugwi Innovation. That after we have adopted the Dugwi Innovation as a national asset in the country, we will then replicate the same to all other countries in Africa, and the world, because Kenya the situation we are faced with in Kenya is not an isolated Kenyan problem. It haunts the entire post-independence Africa. Now, if we could get the societal economic imbalance problem settled, then all other things will flow naturally.
Sure.
And this is exactly why I'm here.
And Continue.
That if, in the very first place, let me tell Kenyans that Dugwi is a patented economic innovation. Maybe I show you the patenting certificate.
All right. Clearly, I can see you did the paperwork.
Yes.
And looking at these brilliant ideas that both young people and gentlemen of your age have been able to come up with, what's the next level for you? What's hindering Dugwi from becoming the next big thing? Is it a question of funding or capacity or absorption?
Both, and in addition, political will. And that is part of why I'm here today. If our parliament could adopt the Dugwi Innovation as a national asset, then we will have done several things. First, resolved the core national problem. 2, tribalism. 3, we will empower the masses. 4, we will equip the domestic economy with purchasing power. And 5, we will perpetuate business profitability growth.
All right.
If that happens, and we have that piece of legislation that is Dugwi Innovation as a national asset, when we go for dialogue, as the church and other institutions of substance are calling, we will have something tangible in hand to dialogue on.
All right.
Because the two opposing parties would each want to be there. Now, it's only one person, one Kenyan, who can ascend to the presidency. Where does the other one go? So here, if the Dugwi Innovation is adopted by Parliament, adopted into a national asset,
yes,
and if at the negotiation table, one of the competing parties would take up the management of the Dugwi Innovation, not only locally, but elsewhere in the world, that party will become, that person, that Kenyan, will become a world leader.
All right.
While the other party will take up the normal national presidency, and the two can coexist without any friction.
All right. Perfect conversation. We wish you all the best, Jacob Kioko, in your quest, and quite an passionate man there, sharing his desire to see this innovation getting national adoption really at the parliament level.